that. Two, he's not Donald Trump. Donald Trump is one of the people that can do things and get away with it, you know, because of who he is, and probably because he got a lot of dirt on a lot of people, I'm sure.
But also, he's got the money. It's the same thing like cancel culture.
Yeah, he has some money. Even though he get bankrupt every 7, 8 years, he still got the money.
No, it's called, white people call it reorganizing.
Okay. So, he in regroup mode. I'm sorry, not bankruptcy, but I had to regroup, reorganize.
Shout out to T-Boz, because that's what she said. She said when she claimed bankruptcy, people was dragging her, but she was like, when white people do it, they call it reorganize. That's where I got that from, T-Boz from TLC. Shout out to her.
But at the same time that came out this week or whatever, the U.S. But yeah, we want to admit there are aliens and they're this and they're that. Well, people, obviously, again, if you in this day and age believe that we are the only thing, like in the universe or in the world, then you are highly mistaken. Are we the only fools that deal with what the stuff we talking about? Probably, yeah. We're probably one of the least intelligent species of two-legged, upright walking beings. You know what I'm saying? They can speak in a certain tongue or whatnot, because we fall into these traps all the time. But yeah, the media thing, I'm like, y'all, just come on. Fake news is done. Don't get caught up in it, man. Like, especially when it comes to us, you know, melanated people. Stop low rating each other. You know what I'm saying? Another thing, I'm still seeing stuff. Black women talking about black men and black men talking about black women and saying that they ain't this, they ain't that. Look, fellas, let me tell y'all something. Men are men, women are women. I'm going to tell men and women that. Men are men, women are women. Everybody thinks because I have a Mexican wife that I don't have to deal with X, Y, and Z or whatever, or that, oh man, you lucky. Like, look, women are women. The same thing I deal with a Mexican wife, I would deal with a black wife or a white wife or whatever, if that person chooses to be how they want to be. It has nothing to do with the color of one's skin. It's with their state of mind and how they choose to be as a person. You know, men are men, women are women. Just plain and simple.
Which basically means we're individuals. And there are enough people out here, whether you call them gurus, pastors, ministers, or people like us, who are making plenty of these videos talking about gaslighters, manipulators, and whatever else that falls in that category. People will F other people up, whether they can touch them or not, because of their own issues. I think this war, so-called men and women war that's going on, I think it's individuals deflecting or reflecting, whichever reflecting it is. Y'all can correct me in the comments. Mainly so they don't have to deal with their own stuff.
And that's what I was going to say, because people talking about, man, you gaslighting or whatever. A lot of times people, because I've been called that or said that I was gaslighting, it's like, no. The issue is you're not dealing with your own stuff. So now you're projecting those issues where you were saying, you're projecting that image onto me because you haven't realized that you haven't dealt with your own issues. Therefore, if you see something in me that's really inside of you, now you're accusing me of what you're actually doing to yourself. Now, there are people out here that say stuff to people and intentionally do stuff to get people roused up. There are, but I sincerely believe a lot of people that so-called gaslight or whatever you want to call it, most of the stuff is unintentional. The thing is, they have internal issues they haven't resolved within themselves or come to grips with and be honest with themselves, and then it's coming out, you know what I'm saying, this way, projected again from that person onto another person, individual, and accusing them of it. And I really believe a lot of it is unintentional.
And also, people really don't know how to disagree. Because I was just watching a little debate, and I'll mention the channel on, oh Lord, I'm forgetting the channel. Comedy Hype News. There was two brothers on there, because there's been this whole issue with trans coming out, and, you know, trying to, you know, there's been a debate between natural-born women in men who are transitioning into women. And it was two brothers on this particular episode of Comedy Hype. Once they couldn't agree on something in the subject matter, they started going back and forth. And what I liked was there was someone else in that debate that brought up that fact. And the fact he brought up, there's something about people when they disagree, they can't seem to hear each other. There's just this is the best way I can put it. Just start banging heads, whatever you want to call it. And that's another thing too. You feel your way about something, I feel my way. But both the brothers, even though they started doing this, what I noticed in the conversation, they spoke on their experiences. So each of them felt like you wrong because you said it this way. And the other one felt you wrong because you said it that way. Both of them said it again. I'm going to look into this camera and say, off their experience. Everybody don't take stuff the same way.
That's what I was going to
We say all the time, another famous saying we say all the time, you can't tell people how to feel, but what do we do as a society? We tell people how to feel.
How they should feel.
And then you get in an argument over it, then you want to disregard someone's experience. Again, the argument was based off each of these guys having different experiences off the same subject matter, and they could not meet to respect each other's experience. It took two other people in the video, really three, to straighten them out.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta respect somebody's opinion. We were talking about that before. But what
is we gotta learn how to talk. This is another thing we say in this country. Let's have the conversation. Let's have the conversation. We in this country don't know how to have the conversation. And to have the conversation, like we were talking about, respect. Respect what someone's been to. Respect someone else's view. Stop